the Business Builder Throwdown. With your hosts, Holly Jean Jackson and Matt Rouse. And moderator and referee, D. Scott Smith.
Hey, here we are. It is time for the Throwdown. I'm Scott Smith, and today it is Holly versus Matt. Well, it's that way every week, or is it Matt versus Holly? I forget. But hey, the big thing today is live streaming versus Clubhouse. Which one is going to be better for your business? So let's start with Matt. Let's have you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then your worthy opponent will follow up right behind you.
Sure. Thanks, Scott. I am Matt Rouse with Hook SEO Digital Marketing, and also I'm the host of the Digital Marketing Masters podcast.
Hey, excellent. All right. So, Holly.
Yeah, so I'm Holly Jean Jackson. I am a holistic business coach. I've been at this for about 3 years, but coaching for over 12 years. Background in Silicon Valley and technology, and I help entrepreneurs and business owners build, start, and scale their business online.
All right, so there you have it. We have experts in the house. We've got Holly, we've got Matt, we've got live streaming, we've got Clubhouse. So who's going to take which side? And Holly, are you ready? Do you have... Where's your glove?
I'm always ready.
Right, I'm kind of scared with the gloves going on over there.
You ought to be.
So the strategy that I'm taking is that it depends on where you are in your business and it depends on your personality. So my first tip, I'm going to take these off. My first tip for you guys.
The gloves are coming off.
Gloves are coming off.
Oh no. So my first tip is that if you're more introverted and you have a lot of resistance to video, then Clubhouse is definitely where you should start strategically, because it really just matters that you get your message out there, that you build a following somewhere and get some action going, get that momentum, get comfortable. And then maybe after you get comfortable with audio only, then you start playing with video. Now, if you love video, then I would say it also depends on where your platform is. So you already have a big following on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, and you're additionally approved for LinkedIn live streaming, which a lot of people aren't. That takes some time. Then live streaming might make sense because you're hitting multiple platforms all at once. So one, it depends on personality and where you're most comfortable. But two, it depends on where you have a following. And if you're just getting started, then maybe Clubhouse is the place that you want to start experimenting at first. What do you think, Matt?
And what I discovered actually from a friend of mine, Joe Applebaum, you should follow him on LinkedIn. He's fantastic. Is if you take a short video and you post it on a regular schedule on LinkedIn. So what I did is I just posted, every Tuesday and Thursday, I posted a video, roughly in the morning for a couple weeks. And that got me approved on LinkedIn streaming when I reapplied.
So guys, that was a ninja tip from Matt, right there. So start posting some short videos on LinkedIn and then apply for your LinkedIn live stream, and it'll happen
on
instead of wasting years.
Clubhouse versus live streaming. So far, Matt, you're tipping the scale. Are you advocating here?
I am in the live streaming camp 100%. And I'll tell you what my favorite thing with live streaming is collaborations. You may see a familiar collaboration going on here, right? Holly and I met through BNI and some other networking groups. We were looking for someone who could maybe help be a facilitator on the show, get an extra voice in there, be an announcer kind of thing. And Scott's pretty knowledgeable about this type of stuff also. And he's also a Clubhouse user too. So that's a good bonus. When you collaborate, you have more locations that you can stream to at the same time, and you get to combine all the audiences. And then also you get to share from those different platforms. For example, I didn't stream to my Facebook page. I streamed to Holly's Facebook page. and then I share Holly's stream to my page after. That gets my fans or my friends looking at her stuff, and then she's got her fans looking at my stuff because we're streaming on her page. Just like we're streaming on my LinkedIn because I was already approved for it and she hadn't been approved yet. She can just share that on her LinkedIn. And so you get the cross traffic. And it's just like a referral in business, right? People already trust you because you're working with someone they trust. That's why I think live streaming is going to be the winner.
All right, Holly, you took the gloves off.
All right, so
Clubhouse.
I'm not sure that I have like a solid vote in one camp or the other. I think I'm still experimenting with both. But if you wanted to use a strategy in Clubhouse, here's my ninja tip of the week. All right. So in Clubhouse, I think a really great tool that business owners can use is if you have a specific niche. It's not necessarily about having your own room or your own club on Clubhouse. It's more about hanging out where your ideal clients are on Clubhouse. So if you have the time and you're new and you're trying to get clients fast, I recommend going into the clubs and the groups and the connections on Clubhouse and making connections there. Follow them on their Instagram, on their LinkedIn, because you can't do direct messaging in Clubhouse. And immediately while you're in the room or right after, message them and say, oh my gosh, I love the idea you shared. Or I noticed we were in the same club this week or like an hour ago. And that was a really great provocative question you asked. I wanted to connect here. Why don't you tell me more about your business? Let's grab coffee online. So I think that's a really great way to use Clubhouse if you don't have time to create your own room and you're really trying to get clients really fast. Or if you're trying to find collaborators, find people if you're doing marketing, for example. They have some really great club rooms on marketing ninja tips. You can learn as well as find collaborators to do a live stream or another event. So that's my ninja tip on Clubhouse.
Okay, so here we go. We've got Clubhouse. We've got live streaming. Holly, you've just put some great tips out about Clubhouse. And here is a significant difference that I'm hearing between the two. This is excellent. You can create followers. You can use this content. You can share it across different platforms. You can establish your credibility. People come to know, like, and trust Matt because they see you, they hear you, they get to learn from you on that video. But it's not as interactive as Holly with Clubhouse. You want to connect to one person and build that network. Clubhouse is a great opportunity for you right now to be able to find people that can be collaborators, that can be advocates, that can be customers. And if you're looking at creating content that's going to go across multiple platforms and be reusable, because by the way, on Clubhouse, you cannot record unless you announce that ahead of time. I see a significant difference between the two. So now connecting up with individuals or sharing out into larger groups.
I would suggest that both are good, but go ahead, Matt.
They are both good. So it depends on your business goals, of course. However, this is important.
I love it. Here we go.
This is not the make friends throwdown. This is the business builder throwdown. And we're trying to build the business, right? So if you're trying to build the business, I'm not saying you can't build a business on Clubhouse. But what I'm saying is you can stream to audiences of, hundreds of millions of people that are on LinkedIn and on YouTube and on Facebook. And YouTube gets people who are not on social media, as well as LinkedIn for a lot of business owners is not really considered social media. It's a business platform. However, if you have a direct-to-consumer business, now you're talking Clubhouse might be the way for you, with the exception that they haven't built it out on the other platforms like Android. Here's the thing that I love about Clubhouse, and I don't want to tip the scales too much, but there was a video platform out about 8 years ago, I believe now, maybe 6 years ago. It was called Blab.
I'm a huge fan of Blab.
You remember Blab? I love Blab. Anyway, it's not around anymore. I don't know what happened. I think they ran out of money or VC money or something. However, the idea was the same, and it was you had to invite people onto the platform, and then there was rooms, and anybody could join in the room and get on and talk with people. And what you got was access to people you would never have access to normally. And Clubhouse has that going for them right now. When you go on Clubhouse, you can talk to someone who is a professional speaker that charges tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, or people who don't speak in public ever, that you're never going to get a meeting with, you're never going to get another chance to talk to, and you can go like literally ask them a question. It's a pretty mixed bag of how the algorithm right now is showing you rooms. When I go through, even though I've told Clubhouse, these are the things I like, I get all kinds of garbage that I don't care about. As well as potentially, make a PC or Mac, like a desktop, laptop based platform. Maybe it could be a plugin or Chrome plugin or something, right? It's leaving out too many people.
So Holly, Clubhouse, obviously relatively new. It's been around for, I think, a little over a year. But last December-ish or so, the marketers got a hold of it. So, of course, it exploded. And now it is the hot thing. Apple devices are selling just so people can get onto Clubhouse. What are some of the other opportunities of this being a new Wild West type of platform?
Well, I mean, there's so many things, and I really think it's kind of a combination. And if you are brand new in business, I think Clubhouse is definitely worth exploring. Or if you have time and you're willing to, one, use time on Clubhouse to learn from people that are brilliant. I cannot even describe to you how many amazing marketing tips that I've learned from a couple Clubhouses that I'm part of that are phenomenal, and they're like in the UK or England. So it gives you growth tactics and strategies you can roll out for free. You can be doing yoga in your pajamas at home, learning about marketing tips from people who are making billions of dollars, and implement them tomorrow in your business. So it's a great way for early starters to get involved and know strategies that are going to work in your business that are tried and true. The other thing is these really smart people, you can connect to them on social media, and a lot of them have these contests. And if you win the contest, they are marketing on their platform for you. So it's going to help you grow your social media if you're active and engaged and following up on these contests and you're somewhat savvy with social media. So the other thing that's really interesting is people that know how to use Clubhouse understand that really there's a huge advantage to connecting with as many people as possible. The more people you connect to, the more access you have to clubs and rooms. So compared to other platforms, it's not like that. You have a direct correlation to building your connections quickly. So I think it's easier and faster to build your connection base on Clubhouse versus other social media avenues like Facebook and Instagram, which are so oversaturated and competitive and noisy. I will say, in terms of lead generation, I think the two platforms that are most effective, from my perspective in B2B, are going to be LinkedIn and potentially Clubhouse. It's early days for me in Clubhouse, so I can't say I've had direct clients, but I have had collaboration partnerships and really great knowledge nuggets from Clubhouse. My ninja tip is if you're trying to do business development and you're early and you can only do one thing, I would get really smart on Clubhouse, and the areas that you have gaps in your business, join some club rooms and learn about that, connect to people, and then start having conversations outside of the platform one-to-one for collaboration and potential clients. And then as you get more comfortable with your messaging, then expand to live stream. And when you're at that place, do a live stream with the Clubhouse after. Combine them together, and that's the golden ticket.
All right. Well, we've heard a lot of great tips about live streaming, about Clubhouse, about the different uses for each. Matt, what do you think?
Here's the thing. If I had to pick two platforms for business right now, I would actually pick LinkedIn and YouTube. The reason that I would pick YouTube, it's still free for one, right? Just like Clubhouse is free. But unlike, your Instagram and Facebook and stuff, where it's kind of turned into a pay-to-play platform now, YouTube is still free. You can even monetize the content that you make. So you can even get paid to promote your business, which is something, the only other place that you can really do that is Medium, which is a whole nother topic. But I get paid to blog on Medium, and those blogs generate backlinks and traffic and SEO and all these things. YouTube is the same way. It's fantastic to let people know who you are, start building a relationship. You can build comments, you can build subscribers, you can do all that stuff. You can even live stream to it like we are right now. And also with YouTube, if you want to build out a following on YouTube, what you need to do, take your topic and break it down into very small, specific kind of subtopics and do a video about those, and they will give you some bonus traffic for that. Call it a ninja tip also. But the important part is people are looking for specifics, right? When it comes to things like YouTube, people aren't looking for how do I fix leaks? They're like, how do I fix a leaky hot water tap? Or how do I fix a leak on a 1984 Jeep Cherokee Laredo, right? They're not looking for, Jeep fixing, because it's not specific enough.
YouTube is the number 2 search engine in the world, also owned by Google, the number 1 search engine. And I was driving past the college campus, and 2 cars were head to head, hoods up, jumper cables on the ground, 4 college students all on their iPhones watching YouTube videos on how to jumpstart a car. So you're absolutely right. People are looking for specific things to do when they need them. So let's go ahead and do a 30-second final pitch from each of you, and we will start with Holly.
All right. So if you're brand new to business or you're B2C and you're trying to drive growth in your business, I'm recommending Clubhouse. Get active, be consistent, get really engaged, be on there daily, not just driving your own stuff, but connecting to others and following up with them outside of the Clubhouse platform so that you get your biggest bang for your buck. And then really drive following other people and getting them to follow you on Clubhouse. It's going to help you grow a lot in terms of knowledge, collaboration, and in terms of business development.
My tip for this week is live streaming. And you can use software like StreamYard, which is what we're using right now. You can also just live stream, with a phone, right? You can just do the thing or get a stand or something to put it on, right? If you can, another trick that you can do is you can use more than one phone at a time, get your friend's phone or your partner's phone or somebody you work with's phone, and you can set them on stands, and you can do Facebook Live here and LinkedIn Live here and this other one live here. You can collaborate. You can cross-pollinate your audiences with other people. I think once you're done, you have that video that then you can chop up into little pieces and make social media posts out of. Then you could take those social media posts, embed them in blogs. Even though it's not as good of a platform to build relationships as Clubhouse is, I just don't think Clubhouse is quite there yet. I think they're close, but I also think that, Zuckerberg is on the heels and Spaces for Twitter is already in beta. So there's things coming out that are going to be similar to that may be on platforms where businesses already are. And I think Clubhouse is worth checking out. It's worth being aware of and going into some rooms and having some conversations. But I think if you want to get sales or you want to grow an audience, then live streaming is that.
All right. Well, this is the Business Builders Throwdown, and we're going to make decisions. And when you're in business, you have to make decisions. You have to make decisions quickly, and you also have to live with the consequences. So we talked about Clubhouse. We talked about live streaming video and which one is better. And what we found out, there may be some different purposes for each one of them. So here's the decision of the moderator today. Live streaming video wins. Because we can go with more platforms, we can reuse that content, and it is a valuable asset that you're creating. Right now, Clubhouse, you can't really record that conversation, so you can't reuse that content. However, Clubhouse is probably more important right now to be involved with than some of the other platforms that are out there if you're looking to connect to specific individuals. If you're looking at building your network, not specifically looking for customers, but if you're looking for influencers, for mentors, for collaborators that will help your business, this is the time to be able to reach out. Find the people that you want to connect with, follow them, join their clubs, participate in their rooms, and follow Holly's Ninja Tips to follow them and message them right away through their Instagram or Twitter account. But today, live streaming wins.
Woo! Now, Scott, you do a show. You have a live streaming show, and then you have an after party on Clubhouse. Do you want to talk about that briefly?
Yeah,
Because that's a good use of both, right?
Yeah. So a show on Clubhouse every Monday at 1:30 Pacific, so 4:30 Eastern, and that's a business mastermind I do with Scott Weaver. Then we have with Russ Hedge, we've got the Experience live with Russ and Scott on Wednesday mornings at 7 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern time. And we run that. And 30 minutes after the end of that show, we do an after party on Clubhouse. And then each month we have the Global Virtual Tea Break with Alan Hennessy. I co-host on that. We also run an after party 30 minutes after the end of the show. It is a great place to allow conversations to continue and to continue to build those relationships one-on-one, which are so important to your business.
Holly, do you want to let people know where they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. So my website is hollyjeanjackson.com. And my podcast, Inspiration Contagion, you can find on any of the podcast players out there. And by the way, our facilitator, if we were having a third vote, his combo approach is probably the winning ticket.
Right.
There we go.
If you want to get a hold of me, Digital Marketing Masters Podcast, you can find it on anywhere that better podcasts are on. And also, you can find our training. We have free training and courses at hookseo.com/training. Holly, do you have anything you want to add before we take it out today?
On top of this today, I have a handicap for our battle. I just had my first vaccination.
Right.
So stay healthy. And yeah, just get out there, take action every day, grow a little bit more each and every single day. There's no excuse. Even if you're feeling off today, do something so you can grow your business and get your message out there.
Holly and Matt are going to bring it every week. And you want to subscribe, you want to share this with your friends, because if you don't share this with your friends, the karma is going to follow you up.
That's right.
I love that, Scott. Thank you.
It's going to be great. We'll see you guys next week. And we're out. Bye, everybody.